Today we take a look at a card that may be truly petrifying for the game. Find out what's going on as I hereby invite everyone to join me on my adventures through Marvel Snap. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. So with the Sanctum Showdown coming around and there not being any spotlight caches for the 3 cards, I still wanted to do a review on all 3. So this will be part 2 of a 3-part series. If you want to see all 3 parts when I'm said and done, there will be links in the bottom. This one we are talking about Gorgon. Gorgon is a Japanese mutant, and when he turned 13, he became aware of his condition as a mutant with the ability of turning those who make eye contact with him into stone. To cope with his deadly ability, he learned how to fight and operate in daily life while blindfolded. This is in part thanks to a low-level telepathic ability. He formed a mutant death cult and subjugated Japan to relentless attacks for years. When he turned 18, he kills his family and his only real friend to get the attention of an ancient ninja clan known as the Hand, and prove to them that he felt no fear. Gorgon, aspiring to be darker and greater, found a Hand sanctuary and slew all of the guards there while blindfolded to demonstrate his abilities. He then went inside and pledged his allegiance to them. He worked as one of their best warriors and was provided with the God Killer Sword, an ancient artifact that would grant him his destiny. The God Killer is one of 2 blades forged by deities that went to war with each other. This blade gives him the power to kill anything that he hates and everything else, including gods. Gorgon is not immune to his own powers, and should he see his own eyes in a reflection, he will turn to stone. He wears dark sunglasses that completely obscure his eyes, enabling him to look around without fear of being turned to stone, as the glasses block this. But when he is in battle, he will take to wearing a ceremonial mask that enables him better control over his petrifying glaze. However, he will almost always use his sword in combat situations as he feels that his stare is cheating. Gorgon is truly a petrifying person in every sense of the word. His powers to turn people to statues at a glance have made him feared by many who do not want to fight him, and his name is spoken only in whispers by others. He is a cold and uncaring person with a great need for loyalty and honor. He does not care for anyone who tries to cheat or use tricks. Though many know he will only use his stare when given no other way, he will still use it and takes great joy in looking at all the pretty sculptures that he has put in his home. Gorgon has the primary mutant ability of transforming anyone that makes direct eye contact with him into stone, though he also possesses a moderate form of telepathy. He uses his telepathy to mentally see everything around him while blindfolded during combat. He is also a genius with a high deductive and reasoning skills, and has an extreme level of achievement and expertise in a variety of fields. He can also possess and analyze multiple information streams quickly with his eidetic memory. Gorgon is a mutant with the great need for loyalty and honor, and a petrifying stare and a sharp sword that all but the most powerful fear to fight. This is represented in Marvel Snap by the fact that while he is out, all enemies who are not powerful or who are not loyal to your opponent from the start will suddenly have a fear to join into the battle going forward. So in Marvel Snap, what this card does, it is a 2 power, 3 cost, 2 cost, 3 power. I flip those. With the ongoing ability that your opponent's card that did not start in their deck cost 1 more with a maximum cost of 6. all in all, this is about a 3-star card. Let me go over why I believe that this card falls into the 3 category. So, while a lot of people talk about this card as a decently good tech option for stuff like Loki and Arishem, and say that it can only be used in decks like that, or against decks like that, and it's only a tech card and there should be a low-level card. I honestly think they are misreading this card, mislooking at this card. While it can do stuff against Loki and Arishem and will be a great card if your opponent's playing those decks, it can also go on the offensive. Now, while it is only a 2/3 and falls into the same realm as Shocker would for the power spike, you need to look at it a completely different way. How many times have you wanted to play a card and you can't because of the fact that it got Iceman? Now you're going with your opponent, you're saying, well, how am I going to make sure that my opponent always has cards that didn't start in their hand? I mean, not everybody's going to play an Agent 13. Not everybody's going to get a card every turnaround. And there's a simple way around that. Number 1, throw rocks at them. Anything that throws rocks into their deck, rocks didn't start in their deck. Number 2, throw Sentinels at them with Master Mold. You think a Sentinel is a pain to throw down on 2? Wait until you can't pay 2 to put down the Sentinel and you have to pay all of 3 to play it down. Also, Black Widow's Bite or Kiss. Sometimes you get Black Widow's Kiss and you can't play it down, and it gets harder to play down when it costs 1 instead of 0. Also, you can, because of the fact that this is a low-level card, you can power it up with Moonstone. Moonstone will double the effect. You can play Moonstone, so if you wanted to, you can actually do Gorgon, and then you can do Mystique, and then you can do Moonstone. That is pretty hard for them to play any card that didn't start in their hand. Now, just so that everybody is warned, you cannot make cards that are higher than 6. So stuff that starts at 6, like the Hulk or anything else that starts at 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever it is, will not go up. Now, that's not the end of the world, as you can put other stuff in there. And the other thing that you do have to watch out for are rogue-like effects. Anything that does rogue is not going to be good for you. Now, people are saying, well, what about Mobius and Mobius? If you're making your opponent play that card to just get around your deck, you've already won, I'm sorry. The card that you most likely are going to see played with this is some sort of Spectrum card, as since it is ongoing, Spectrum will help it out a lot. Other card that you might see with this often is going to be either Darkhawk, because you're going to make it so it's hard for them to draw cards and play down cards from their hand, letting them have a deeper deck, or possibly you can actually play Ronan the Accuser. All in all, while most people think of this as a tech card, I do think that you can go on the offensive with it too. And therefore, it is a better card than most people think that it is. Of the 3 cards, I would put this in the number 2 slot. I put this below Luffy, whatever his name is. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.